foliage type to this one. This one is doesn't look as though it's going to extend too much or send out too much juvenile foliage from the growth habit. This looks like one which it's going to be very, very sort of dense and compact. So although it's technically Itoigawa, they're two kind of very different growth habits. Okay, now this is a recent addition to your collection.
Yep, got that more away. It was the foliage that drew me to it.
Yes,
just the real tight, compact foliage.
Yeah,
and it's not an overly big tree. I want a massive juniper would be nice, but that's just a nice size of a tree in the movement, in the trunk. I know there's faults on it, but I think there's pluses and minuses in it.
A lot of age and character
there
in
is.
it too. Yeah.
And I think there's that many different options. They've looked at it and I can't decide. Originally, the real dramatic thing was the movement up, sort of coming up into these branches was catching me, but I wouldn't be as drastic as that.
This is a very old tree in a sense. It's been container grown, so it's been grown from a cutting in a container for its entire life. But we can see how old it is from the flakiness of the bark going all along the branches. So when we look at the branches in there, for example, all the way along the branches, we've got sort of flaky bark. So these are not young branches. The thickness of those branches as well gives us a good indication of the age. So it's got like a lot of character to it. Right, so we need to be able to bring that out to its best.
I got shy, it needs opened right the way up through it. I haven't done anything to it. I was leaving it to sit until today.
As I said, there's a few different options, and looking at it, it's kind of like where to go, what to do with it. Okay.
Initially, I sort of thought if I was doing anything, just be for it. Possibly move that, and then you can see that line right up, just sort of have everything opened up. But I'm going to just go for the best possible tree, no matter what the time scale is on it.
Yeah.
The best you can get out of it.
I mean, why is it so difficult for it? Why is there no real kind of like obvious? I mean, we can all see it's a nice tree and there's lots of possibilities. But why isn't there like one obvious thing that's kind of like sticking out and saying, this is how we make it? When you look at this, why isn't there like one clear design?
Your bottom three branches are all, you're not seeing in to see the full movement of the tree.
Okay, so we can't see the full movement of the line.
The line of the trunk line, right the way up.
There, but
yeah,
this is kind of like blocking it a little bit. Right.
There's not a clear apex on it either, really, is there?
Well,
there isn't.
Yeah, there is and there isn't. Okay, but the apex is one of the problems. Okay, so it's not massively clear because it's all kind of like forming into one.
Your leg vein where it's running, you would see a leg on the dead together.
Yeah, so like the trunk line, and also the relationship between the dead. The apex is not defined.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah, potting angle. They're going to come into your trunk line as such.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the angle is going to affect all of those different things, but the other thing.
Thickness of the branches, pods.
The length of the length of the branches. There's no
if you look at it, it's near square.
Yeah. So it's nearly square.
Yeah.
So we've got sort of
if you look at it any way around, it's all very, very similar.
Same length branches on either side. Similar thicknesses of branches everywhere.
Triangular shape to it.
So we look at that branch there. Right. And we look at the branches on the other side. And everything's of a sort of similar thickness. And of a similar kind of length away from the trunk. So there's no real kind of like, the tree is definitely flowing in one direction. There's no massive amount of kind of like negative space as we have in this kind of design. I mean, there's absolutely no confusion as to which way the tree's going in this one. Massive amounts of negative space here, the apex is going across here, all the branches going across there. With this one we don't have that yet, at all. So we need to kind of definitely sort of think about that. lots of different options with this tree. We can make it go this way, we can make it go that way.
Caper over on herself while we're coming down.
Right. We can make this the character branch, we can make that the character branch. Over there. Like this, like that. And the apex is, there's enough branches up here and it's still flexible enough that we can bend it one way or the other. You know, we can make that the apex, we can make this, either, you know, we can remove that and pull it down. So there's lots of different things that we can do. Right. So when we're faced with a tree like that, what we need to do is just try and figure out a couple of different options. Alright, so if we think of, okay, well maybe we can kind of look to tip it that way, make use of this branch here. Okay, we can all sort of see that there's definite possibility for that tree, yes. Okay, so that's one definite kind of option. Right. The other option is perhaps to tip it up a little bit and make this the character branch, and just have this branch at the back there as some kind of balancing part. Okay. So we're making use of that as a character feature, and using this as the apex branch like this. Right, so we've got a couple of different options there. Right. Anything else? Look at it from around the other side. Okay. Look at it from there as one possibility. Using that coming definitely towards us. Okay, we've got our apex there. All of those things have kind of got like a bit of a common theme. Can we say what it is? It's to do with this branch.
To go.
None of them need it.
No.
all three of them.
That goes, you're opening up a trunk line straight away.
All three of those possible designs. This is not necessary at all. Because all we were really looking at is how does that...
But if you take that off, you're taking the squareness out of it straight away. It's
related
into 3D.
Right, so let's get rid of those. I can't do it by bare hands alone.
Bring me?
So if you're alright with that. Yeah, when something isn't like immediately kind of obvious to you, just kind of like go through and look at a couple of different options and say, right, well, if you're not sure about which one to go with, or think, you know, is there one branch that I can look at removing, which is going to help me to see things better? Okay, so we talked about, Phil said about remove this and we open up the trunk line a lot more. Okay, so now that's we can see into it a lot more. So now we've got to ask ourselves which way do we want to take it. We want to make this the character point or make this one. Do you have a small pot that we can put it in?
On a wedge in?
Yeah, like a pot with some wedges in it.
That's a nice one.
That's going to be the easiest tree to make. I mean, just by changing that angle and having removed those branches, you can see it's pretty much there. Thank you. Okay, so this is really the only biggest issue to making that is the kind of the front of the tree there. So kind of looking at it roughly in about there. Not quite tipped over so much. Like that a bit. So we're looking at somewhere in there, so we get to see this moving up here. Get the most out of this branch. Okay. This is a really our only kind of point of concern. The fact that that's kind of the same length out here as we've got across there, and it's kind of so far back. So all we would need to do is look to bring that in, and pull that so that rather than it being there, it's kind of in there. Okay. So if we can bring this foliage here around to there, then that's going to be a lot more interesting. And all we look at doing is just taking back some of this growth in here, just trying to push it back. Okay. And then just sort of cleaning up and creating the foliage pattern there. That would be the easiest one to make. The other option would be try and make that as your character branch. Go for something quite dramatic like that, where the trunk comes up and then we have this directly just kind of like dropping down. Okay, it feels a little bit kind of unbalanced because of the length of this branch compared to everything else. So what we would be looking at doing is perhaps bring the apex back, pulling this one down, pull everything back on the back across there. Like that. Try and push some of the visual mass of the tree back across in that way. And then over time, just look to build that up, strengthen that one up a little bit more, so that kind of bulks up a little bit more, like that. Stay in there. It's not going to. Get them across there, then achieve a little bit more balance. Those are the two kind of definite options available to us. So it depends which one you prefer the best. What I would do first, both of those are going to require you to clean up this gin and the live vein. So I would start off by doing that. Gin this, clean up our live vein here, the live vein of the Deadwood around here, because I'm not sure. So we've got like this section here, which I'm not sure if that's living or dead. It's just about living. Okay, but you see where we've got this major kind of like swelling of the live vein. So basically kind of just figure out what's going on in this section here, where we can take the shari up and around and into, and consider which one you like the best, which you think is going to work better for you. Like I say, this one's probably going to be the easiest and quickest one to make.
They're both nice, the other one's a bit more unusual.
Yeah, and this is a. If you're going to go with this one, and like you say, it's a bit more unusual. It's a bit more, I won't say abstract, but you basically got to make it unusual. By creating this sort of almost vertical, kind of like dropping branch down. Okay. We require a little bit more wiring and a little bit more pulling stuff around, as opposed to just kind of like cleaning things up like.
Who did it too? What would be your preference?
I would go with this one personally. I think once you've got this gin and you see how this live vein sort of comes around here, we got it sort of splitting off down into this branch and then coming up around there. I think that's going to make it look.
Plus, what I like at that side, you're flowing with your base.
I think it's going to make it a lot
you're
more.
coming up, you're seeing all this air movement coming around the other way, and you're coming in. You're not seeing that wee twist at the bottom.
The only real kind of issue with this one, as it stands at the moment, is how much of the weight
That's on the other side.
is across there, and so we need to try to pull some of that back down. Okay. A little bit more.
Would there be much more coming off it, or would it just be sort of under branches as such?
I try and keep
as much as possible.
Try and keep as much as possible on there. Once you've cleaned it out, you'll notice a big difference, because there's quite a lot of foliage on the inside that does actually need to come out, and so it's going to lose quite a bit of its density. So if you do those two jobs, get that cleaned up, figure out what's going on in that live vein area there, clean it out, and then have another kind of evaluation of it, and I think you'll come to a decision. This wood's a little bit on the soft side, so you might want to think about putting some hardening and stuff on it. Because like I said, it has been container grown, so it's not a collected tree, and so particularly in a real kind of like wet, humid environment like you've got around here, the gin is gonna rot away quite quickly. So I'd get some hardener on that at some point. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah. Why do you say it's container grown? Though it will never be a collector's item.
No, it's not a collected tree.
Oh, sorry, it's not a collected tree.
It will become a collector's item. Definitely. Basically, what I mean by that is the wood isn't like super hard. It's not 100 years old. Like you would get on it with a.
If you found it somewhere in the wild.
It's been grown up in the wild.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, like wood like that is like super hard and isn't going to rot away.
Yeah.
Whereas this, that wood in there is 30, 40, 50 years old, absolute max, sort of thing, and it's really kind of soft, and it will rot away very easily.
Didn't know that.
Which is kind of what's happened to this gin here. So we had a bit of a gin in there. I'm going to just kind of take it off because it was coming off anyway. And so if you look at that, it's really soft.
What's your favourite bed?
It was.
Was that?
Was his favourite bed?
Well, you should have looked after it a bit better. My favourite bed.
Super glue.
But now, having removed that, we're going
to
see that line even better in there.
Good tenders.
Oh, that's a bit odd.
So first job is I would get that all sorted.
Do you take the flaky bark and stuff off?
I think in this case, yes. I think in this case, yes. So.
Do you do that in the branches as well? Anything that's flaking, or?
I wouldn't go massively like open. Don't kind of like polish it down to.
Nice. Just take the big heavy stuff.
Yeah,
off.
just take the big dirty bits off. But try to kind of keep a little bit of that character on there. I think personally. Just kind of.
Why is there? How do you put it? You see some with flaky bark, and then some that are oiled up and polished. Why?
It's just whether or not they've been worked or not. I mean, if left to their own devices, which is basically what this tree's done.
Well flake.
All Chinese juniper will.
But what would be the accepted best way to to keep them, you know what I mean, for display purposes?
Well, again, I mean, that's personal kind of preference. Some people really like the real stark kind of contrast between highly polished and oiled up live vein and bleached white deadwood. Other people like a more natural kind of approach to it. So it's you've got to decide that yourself, really. The ideas behind them, where you've got like a highly polished live vein and bleached white deadwood, is to show very easily the dramatic contrast between the living and the dead sections. And so it's very easy to see that when you've got two very contrasting colours, white and red. When you've got kind of a bit of an off-white, dirty deadwood, and you've got kind of grey, flaky bark, then you don't have that kind of contrast. It's not as like in your face and obvious that there's a big contrast. Yes, that might look a bit more natural.
If say you had a show and you had two very similar trees and one was flaky and one was highly polished, what would that come down to? Just the judge's personal choice?
That would be judge's choice, I guess. I mean, the convention in modern Japanese and European American bonsai is for the majority of people is to have it very highly polished.
And how do they polish them? What do they use?
You just use like a wire brush to take the majority of it off, and maybe perhaps a little bit of sandpaper to take some of the finer bits off. And you can put like baby oil or olive oil and stuff on it to really kind of make
Mr. Sheen.
And so
Don't try this at home.
Silico.
It depends on your tastes. And I'm not going to say too much. I prefer somewhere in that kind of that middle ground in between. So it's not left
naturally sort of.
It's not left to nature, and it's not overly worked.
So you're sitting on the fence, really?
Yeah. I mean, I can
turn the video off to hear what he really does.
I can see the benefit in both.
Yeah.
But I understand, why people do it, but you got to find something which you like. Not worry about it. But this is too dirty.
Yeah.
The deadwood here is too dirty. The live vein is a little bit too flaky.
Yeah.
So we're not getting that contrast. We're not showing off this movement.
It all just looks like one big.
Because it all just merges into one. So we've got to find a way of showing that off, which is going to mean cleaning up both the live vein and the deadwood to a point where we are happy with how much we can see.
And what about that in that pot? That all right now for another year or so, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be doing too much dramatic work.
Not thinking of repotting, even if it needed to be for health, into something bigger.
No.
Is it solid in there? Like, you all right for another while? Takes the water on it. Water sits on it, and then it seeps down, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at changing the angle to the desired, planting
angle on it
next year. I mean, we're not going to do too much dramatic work. We're not going to be.
You're stressing it that much.
There's going to be no raffia and heavy wire on it, and we're not going to be removing, 80% of the footage or anything. So I'd look at replanting it next year. In terms of a pot, this one's okay. I would perhaps go for something a little bit smaller. The tree's getting a little bit lost in this.
Mm-hmm.
So
pot's overpowering the tree.
Perhaps something a little bit smaller. And a little bit more high quality. It's a very cheap pot.
What about shape-wise?
I mean, shape-wise it's okay. It's a kind of a typical sort of semi-cascade pot. But really, what we should be looking at doing is trying to find something where, because at the moment one of the big issues with this design,
the branch hitting the edge of the top.
Yeah, there's no kind of like clear air, negative space in there. So if that can get shown off a little bit more, then that would be good. So. Maybe a hexagonal pot would allow that, and still give you quite a lot of space. A round pot I think would perhaps be a bit too weak, unless it was quite a strong round pot. whereas a hexagonal one would give you like a straight line here and then angles. So
That's not you have a.
So you're still going to get quite a lot of soil in there, but you're also going to have some separation. So work with it. Yeah, just look to remove it in the next couple of years, so as it kind of fills that around, just allows it to grow around it. Then we get to the point where you can cut it out and if after 10 years time you've still got that structure, then it's going to be straight. Very straight.
Stephen.
He's on the red. Oh dear.